The story starts in 1964 with a man named Ed Warren and his wife Lorraine Warren. A woman named Victoria comes to them and tells them about weird, scary things happening in her store. At first, only her dad could feel something strange. But after he died, Victoria started feeling it too. Ed and Lorraine go to check out the storage room in Victoria's shop. There, they find a strange mirror. At this time, Lorraine is pregnant, and she can feel a spirit inside that mirror. The second she touches it, the mirror cracks. Right away, Lorraine gets strong labor pains. Ed jumps in the car and rushes her to the hospital. On the way, Lorraine keeps saying there's something evil inside the mirror. At the hospital, the doctors try everything, but the baby won't come out. Suddenly, the lights go out. Lorraine feels something in the room and sees a ghost standing right in front of her. Just then, Ed walks in. Lorraine gives birth, but the baby doesn't cry. She isn't even breathing. Lorraine says, "Give me my baby." She holds her child close and prays to God, begging, "Please bring her back." Because of Lorraine's prayer, the baby starts breathing again and cries. Lorraine names her daughter Judy. As Judy grows up, she often sees scary things that no one else can see. She gets really scared, so Lorraine teaches her a little poem. She tells Judy, "Whenever you see something frightening, say this poem and tell yourself it's not real." Now the story jumps to 1986, to a family in Pennsylvania called the Smurls. They've just moved into a new house. It's the day of their daughter Heather's confirmation ceremony. After the event, Heather's grandparents give her a gift, the same three-headed mirror from before. As soon as their dog sees it, it starts barking like crazy. Heather doesn't like the gift either. Everyone gathers to cut the cake, but someone blows out the candles before Heather gets a chance. Then a tube light falls from the ceiling and smashes on the floor. Next, we see Ed and Lorraine again. They've been doing ghost investigations for years, but now they've stopped taking new cases. They only give talks and share their past stories. But most students don't believe them. The whole family is having dinner together. The real reason they stopped working is because Ed has a serious heart problem. For Ed's birthday, Judy wants to bring her boyfriend, Tony. While they're all sitting together, Lorraine suddenly feels something strange. Judy feels it too and starts quietly saying her poem. Lorraine calms her down. But then Lorraine sees a ghostly hand resting on Judy's shoulder. Back at the Smurl house, Heather's mom, Janet, hears noises coming from the basement. While she's on the phone, the cord gets yanked hard out of her hand. She thinks her kids are playing a trick, but they're not even in the room. Something else is pulling the wire. Heather's little sister sees her toy float in the air right in front of her and spots a ghost. Meanwhile, Heather and her older sister, Dawn, think the mirror is really creepy. So they pick it up and throw it outside. The next day, the garbage truck comes and takes it away. But the moment the mirror breaks inside the truck, Dawn feels a sharp pain in her throat. She starts throwing up blood, and pieces of broken glass come out of her mouth. Back with Ed. He wants to start taking cases again, but his doctor tells him straight out, "You can't have another heart attack." At Ed's birthday party, Judy brings Tony. He's super nervous, worried about whether her parents will like him. Also at the party is Father Gordon, an old friend of the Warrens. When Judy goes into her old bedroom, she feels that scary presence again. Annabelle, the creepy doll, is sitting on a chair. Judy says her poem, "You're not here." Tony walks in and asks, "Did you see something?" He knows a little about Judy's past, but he still loves her. He asks about the poem and they move closer. Just then, Lorraine comes in and tells Tony that Ed wants to talk to him. After he leaves, Lorraine asks Judy what's going on. She realizes Judy is seeing these things more than ever. From her own experience, Lorraine knows it's safer for Judy to stay away from this stuff. Downstairs, Ed and Tony play a quick game of table tennis, with Lorraine and Judy cheering them on. Tony loses, but Ed also feels tired from the effort. Later, Tony pulls Ed and Lorraine aside and asks if he can propose to Judy. They've only been dating 6 months, but he says, "When you know, and I can't imagine my life without her." Lorraine tells him, "You do know our family isn't like most families, right?" She gives him her blessing, but Ed thinks it's happening too fast. Just then, Judy walks in, sees the ring and asks, "Is this for me?" Ed gives Tony the okay, and Judy says yes right away. Tony puts the ring on her finger, and everyone is happy. As they leave the party, Father Gordon tells the Warrens that lots of families are calling for help, but Lorraine clearly says no. Meanwhile, the Smurls realize their house is haunted, but they can't afford to stay in a hotel. They told the church, but church help takes time. Dawn feels like her dad isn't trying hard enough. That night, while sleeping, Heather's dad sees the ghost and suddenly floats in the air. The spirit is choking him. At the same time, Heather watches the video from her confirmation day. In it, she sees a dark spirit blow out her cake candles, caught on camera. Right after, another ghost appears and attacks her with an axe. Heather tries to run away. Her mom finds her dad floating downstairs and Heather lying on the floor saying, "Something is here." The next day, news reporters show up at their house. The Smurls tell everyone about the evil in their home, hoping someone will finally help them. Elsewhere, Lorraine and Judy go shopping for wedding dresses. Judy tries one on, but the shop owner, Brenda, leaves her alone in the fitting room. As soon as she's by herself, Judy starts feeling those scary things again. The fitting room door opens. Judy thinks it's Brenda, but it's the same evil spirit from the Smurl house. She starts saying her poem to block it out. The light turns on, and she thinks it's over. But then her own reflection in the mirror grabs her throat. Lorraine rushes in and helps her. Back at the Smurl house, Heather's grandma is taken away in an ambulance. Father Gordon shows up and learns someone pushed her down the stairs. He's not there for the church. He came on his own. He checks the basement and sprays holy water. He realizes the evil spirit is hiding right there. He hurries to the church to tell the bishop, but the receptionist tells him to wait. Suddenly, Father Gordon's nose starts bleeding. The receptionist in front of him disappears. The phone rings. When he picks it up, he hears Judy's voice say, "Father Gordon, you can go now."
The cross on the doorknob flips upside down. The room fills with darkness. Father Gordon starts praying, but his cross catches fire and his hand gets burned. Overcome, he goes outside, wraps a wire around his neck, and hangs himself. Back at the Warren house, Ed shows Tony their secret room filled with haunted objects. These things can't be touched or destroyed easily. They fight back. So the Warrens keep them locked in one room. Ed also tells Tony how Judy was born without breathing, silent for almost a full minute, until Lorraine's prayer brought her back. Right then, they get the news about Father Gordon's death. The Warrens go to his funeral. They were very close. When Judy touches his coffin, she feels something strange. Another priest later tells her Father Gordon died in Pennsylvania. One day, while washing dishes, Lorraine's sink gets clogged. She reaches in and pulls out her locket, with Judy's photo inside from the pipe. The water turns bright red like blood and starts overflowing fast. Ed comes up behind her. Lorraine says, "Something's wrong with Judy." She realizes Judy has gone to Pennsylvania. Ed, Lorraine, and Tony drive there right away. Lorraine says they'll just grab Judy and leave. They sneak past the reporters and go inside. Lorraine is relieved to see Judy safe, but Judy says, "Stop. We don't run from fights. Now that we're all here, we should help these people." Ed and Lorraine agree. They hear the Smurls' full story. Judy tells Tony she saw a vision of Father Gordon's death, but didn't tell her mom because she felt something wanted her to stay. Lorraine starts checking the house. She can sense evil spirits and see their past, and this gift will one day pass to Judy. Suddenly, both feel something upstairs. Lorraine tells Judy to stay put and goes up alone. She sees a spirit on a bed and feels someone walking by outside. She heads down to the basement and gets a vision. A woman had an affair. When her husband found out, he went crazy. She hid in the basement with her old mother. But he came with an axe and killed them both. But Lorraine doesn't think these three ghosts are the real danger. Something stronger is controlling them. Judy hears Lorraine calling from upstairs and goes up. She sees stairs leading to an attic. Inside, she finds the three-headed mirror. She touches the crack and sees a piece of chalk on the floor. Written in front of her are the words, "Miss me." Judy realizes it's Annabelle.
She runs downstairs. She hears a little girl's voice from her room. She shines her flashlight and sees the Annabelle in doll stand up, grow huge, and come after her. While running, Judy falls down the stairs and tells Lorraine, "There's something in the attic." Ed and Lorraine find the mirror there. It followed them. Lorraine touches the crack and says, "Something's changed. It's different now." They explain to the Smurls that this mirror is actually a demon, their first ever demon encounter. They lost their daughter to it once, before she was born, and that fear made them never go back to that store. Now the mirror found them again, and brought them here. But this time they won't run. They have to take it to their artifact room, the only place that can hold it. Ed tells Tony, "Whatever happens tonight, you've got to do exactly what I say." Judy starts feeling worse. Ed warns Jack not to look at or touch the mirror. They plan to lift it and carry it out. They cover it up. Tony goes outside to start the car, but the mirror makes itself super heavy. The cover starts slipping off. Tony's car won't start. Judy's nose begins to bleed. As soon as the cover falls off, Jack looks into the mirror and sees a terrifying spirit. He drops to the floor in fear. The mirror crashes on top of him. Outside, Tony finally gets the car going, but sees a ghost standing in the road. He swerves and crashes into the side. It starts pouring rain. Lorraine slams the front door shut, then hears a toy noise from inside. She looks and sees Judy isn't on the bed. She's sitting on the floor, saying her poem, but now the demon is controlling her. Judy attacks Lorraine and throws her down the stairs. The Smurl's dog barks at Judy. Judy picks it up and slams it against the wall. Ed runs over and tries to reach Judy, saying, "Listen to my voice, I know you can hear me." But Judy attacks his chest, right where his weak heart is. Outside, Tony can't get back in. He tries the back door. Lorraine wakes up and sees the other ghosts around her. The man with the axe moves in to kill her. She barely gets away. Tony shows up to help. Ed yells for the Smurls to run out of the house. Lorraine tells Ed the monster wants Judy and realizes she's already hanged herself in the attic. The demon won't let anyone near her. Ed struggles to cut the rope. The attic floor breaks and everyone falls down. Judy isn't breathing. Ed pushes on her chest, trying to save her. Lorraine sees the monster in the mirror, reflected in her own eyes. Somehow they bring Judy back to life, but then the mirror starts moving again, spinning fast in circles. Ed grabs his book and tries to perform an exorcism, but his words don't work. The mirror stops for a second, then charges at them again. Tony's leg gets stuck in it. The demon burns Ed's book. It's incredibly strong. Judy keeps saying her poem out of fear. But then Lorraine tells her, "Judy, don't look away, don't shut it out. Don't run." She wants Judy to face her fear. Judy does. Together, everyone fights the mirror. It starts cracking. The moment Judy says, "You are not there," the mirror stops and crashes to the ground. The next day, the Warrens leave. They take the mirror back to their artifact room. Ed hands the key to Tony and says, "Welcome to the family." This one case changed everything for them. They never took another case after this. It was the most dangerous and their last. And with that, friends, our story ends right here. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe.